Hey guys, and welcome back to Style and Stories. Today we're going to do the first content of a trilogy about the Hollywood icons and the well-dressed actors behind it. Stay with us. Action! I'm going to talk about why I'm considering them to be the well-dressed Hollywood Hall of Fame and try to analyze what they had on and why they were wearing it, and also try to get a little bit under the skin of the guys. So, grab some popcorn and let's start the movie. Usually when you start about talking about the Hollywood icons, there's always the three. There is the charismatic Cary Grant, that was fantastically well-dressed. We had Paul Newman, the blue eyes, and the king of cool, Steve McQueen. But there are actually some other guys who really could go into that icon list. His name is Douglas Fairbanks Jr. Douglas Fairbanks Jr. was the son of Douglas Fairbanks Sr., well-known silent movie actor, also married to the famous, one of the most iconic actors, Mary Pickford. So his father was the most dapper dandy in Hollywood. So let's have a look at Mr. Fairbanks Jr.'s style. Douglas Fairbanks Jr., son of Douglas Fairbanks Sr. Sr. was called the first king of Hollywood. Douglas Fairbanks Jr. was always named Young Doug. For Douglas Jr., born 1909, in the era of Hollywood, when his father was the first king of Hollywood, it was a harsh time to grow up in the shade of his father, because father was king and, he didn't care about young Doug. Left his mother and they were left by themselves. So at 13 years old, he took his first part in a silent movie. That was a huge flop, as he remembered it, but that gave him some money to survive with his mother. Both father and son was buckle swash on screen, which means they did all those fencing things in Sorrow, Three Musketeers, Robin Hood. So actually, the father, Senior, did them first, and then Junior was on the remake of them. So it wasn't like deep British drama or something like that Fairbanks Jr. was famous for. But there was one thing he was really famous for. He was the last impeccable dressed gentleman of Hollywood. Young Doug always talked about a well-cut suit. That was the most important thing in his wardrobe. It has to hang well, and it has to be properly cut. and it has to last for years. He was an extremely well-dressed man, even when he was casual on vacation. The secret behind Fairbanks suits was that he kept all his suits from the 30s, 40s, 50s. He just kept on remaking them, you know, making the lapels narrower, fixing everything, shoulders, all that stuff. So it was kept for lasting. In an interview from Vogue, 1966, Fairbanks Jr. confessed, "I go to Stovall & Mason in Old Burlington Street, where I've trained the tailor and the cutter to what I like. And he never commits the classic fault of London tailors, leaving too much fullness in the seat of the trousers." Fairbanks Jr. had a conservative suit style, as he would get his suits tailored in Savile Row, Stovall & Mason, and shirts from Turnbull and Asser. So what makes Fairbanks Jr. a style icon? Fairbanks had a fantastic good eye for colors and how to look good in a casual way, as we talked about. Yet, again, using a lot of scarves, but also scarves in his waist, on his waist. The same style that Fred Astaire maybe took from Fairbanks. I don't know. You don't know. Who knows? When Douglas Fairbanks Jr. passed away, 91 years old, in the year of 2000, his family auctioned out his enormous wardrobe. And boy, I wish I was there. But you can always dream. So this was all from us about Douglas Fairbanks Jr., a true icon, a true legend, an impeccable dressed man, and a very interesting man. You can read more about him. He had a fantastic life, from studying as an artist in Paris, painting, war hero, knew everyone, played tennis with the King of Sweden, studying Spanish with JFK, all of those things. He wrote 3 books. And yeah, go and dig. So we'll be back soon with a new icon, and don't forget to subscribe.